These are the brake pads that was on the car. This is the outside pad from the driver's side. And this one is the inside pad on the driver's side. And that's the rotor. See how the brake pads cut down into the rotor and cut it out, scratched it up. The pads were installed in the summer of 2005, and when I replaced these yesterday, it was at the point where it was grinding, and the grinding was coming from this pad. And this pad's kind of hot. You know, the clips is what holds it to the caliper. Put it in the close mode again. See, there's nothing left, and this thing that I'm holding it by, that's what touches your rotor when it gets old. It's a wear tab indicator. But those are the pads that was on that car. That's the driver's side parts. This is what was on the passenger side. The rotor was in better shape, but it has some scratches at the edges and some stuff, so I replaced it. That's the inside pad, and that's the outside pad. To say the least, the caliper was a bitch to get off the car, because it's been on there since '05, and the bolts were extremely tight. And I had to use a hammer and hit the ratchet several times in order to loosen them up. And I finally got them off, and then the caliper, it was difficult to get the caliper off because these rotors were so bad and the pads were so thin, the piston had actually come all the way out as far as it could come. So I had to reset the piston that pushes the pads onto the rotor. And the car drives better. There's no squeaking, no sounds, no nothing. It's quiet as it can be now. But both sides of the rotor are severely damaged from the pads. This is what they were like before we replaced them before, but my uncle did it before. And this time I had to do it. The inside, the pad that's on the inside, this one here with that notch in the middle, that's actually in better shape than the other pad. It makes me wonder if there's something wrong with the caliper piston. It's only on the one side. That inside pad has a clip that holds it in the piston, and it sits down in the notches in the caliper. But I pumped up the brake pedal and took it out for a little drive, and it's stable as it can be. Brake's good, everything's fine. And it's my accomplishment. Then I did something else. It's around the same time. I had to repair our water line. This white thing here in the middle, the coupling, it apparently the other one that was in there failed. We was having a water leak. It's been doing this for about 2 months now. Mom's water bill has been extremely high lately. And finally, got that, managed to get the part and replace it. So I did that and the car brakes yesterday. But these, it's a miracle that I was able to stop. I was able to do this because I saw a video on YouTube that actually showed how to do it on that specific vehicle. But they could have mentioned that it's difficult to get all that stuff off, more difficult than they showed. Anyway, this thing right here is what was in our line. It's a coupling. It's got rubber seals. You've got to put it on very, very, very tight, or it will literally jerk the lines apart, and that's what it did to us like 3 or 4 times. It was a pain in the ass to replace. But once I got it tight on there, I used a pipe wrench and got it very, very tight, and it's fine now. I haven't actually had a chance yet to drive the car, on any trip because, I just did this last night. It took me about 6 hours. So yeah, I just wanted to show what I was driving on, how it looked.